Good day, traders. Good day, traders. Thank you for coming to my space. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I don't want to waste any time. I'm one of those people who is into fast moves, fast markets, scalping, the futures market. So I want to talk about how to trade using the Fibonacci sequence. So I won't justify anything or any reason why I use Fibonacci. I just want to show something and some of the pitfalls that some people are not aware of. If you feel like I'm also not aware of my blind spots, please let me know, highlight everything that I don't know, and let's engage on Twitter, let's engage on Instagram. My email is available. Please don't flood my emails with nonsense, but this is how I view trading with Fibonacci. Market will normally give you that impulse move, the strong move, the stronger than average move. Sometimes it's violent, but you cannot tell using candle that it's violent. Sometimes it's violent. Let's just say it's violent. And then what happens is that normally people, this is what they do. They'll wait for a retracement and they'll use the Fibonacci. Go to the higher high and go to the low and use the Fibonacci. And if it gets to the 61.8, 50%, 38 or the 23, so they'll assume that I want to trade maybe in this zone. Someone will even claim that I just want to trade my Fibonacci in this zone, which is quite understandable. And they believe if price gets to 50%, to the 50% zone and 61, or you just want to place their trades, and maybe if the market doesn't close below or next to 61.8 doesn't close below it, they want to partake into the trade. And some people, this is how they trade it, and we cannot fault them, we cannot question what they're doing, but this is how I do it. If I see an impulse move, the first thing I want to see is I want to see price touching the 23, if it's going to be a 23.38 or 23.50, 23.60. If price is going to correct, let it correct using two wave moves. So it could be this one and also this one. I want to see a two-wave move up, a two-wave move down. So I want to see a two-wave move to the Fib number. So I don't just want to see a downward move or a retracement to a level. Let it move in steps, in 1, 2. An impulse move, I want to see 1, 2 move to any of these levels. What determines that it has fulfilled its course or it's ripe enough now to return to the actual direction or to the intended direction? There are two things I'm going to consider. I'm going to consider one, this, the timing behind it. Is wave A, or the first one, is 1 similar to 2 in terms of time, is 1 similar to 2 in terms of distance. So I want it to fulfill those two things. That's the first thing. I want it to fulfill the timing in between. So let me write it down. I want the time to be similar. The time to be almost I also want the distance, the P value. The distance will be almost similar. But lastly, as I want to use this thing, I want the last thing to be, I want to see stops being run now. Stops taken out. What do I mean? I mean the current the current daily high. This will form nice context for me to trade the Fibonacci. I need to see these three playing out. So I don't want to see them in this particular order. It can happen in any order. Stops can be run before the distance is covered, the time happens. Sometimes the market, what it does, it starts off by giving you a similar time play, and then it runs the stops, gives you a good distance. Sometimes you don't even see all three, but the price does go up. But before I take a move, what is paramount for me, I need to see flashes. I need to see stops being run. If I see stops being run and then I wait for a similar time play, even 2/3 of the time, even if price gets to this level, gets to this time play, as long as the stops are taken out and then we have a fib number. Suppose now we go to a fib number, or we almost start nicking a fib number, I'm okay. So I'm not traditional in terms of, I'm not rigid about us touching a fib number. I'm just worried about one thing. As soon as price gets to this level, then I want to partake. So if price doesn't reach a fib number, or maybe it's in between fib numbers, but it gives me a similar distance value or a similar time play, what I do is wait. Suppose now we've given a distance, we've run the stops here. What I do now is I place my buy stop, and then this is going to be my stop level. What price will normally do is it will nick off. So now the question is, where do I place my targets? I move my stop here. I move my fib number. Where did it stop? It stopped here. This will all depend on the momentum now. If it has a similar momentum, I go for 100. If the momentum is weak, I'll wait at 61.8 or at 50 or cut the trade. If it starts off violent but now it loses or it stops giving me the strong momentum, what I normally do is cut the trade. But it gives me, if it offers a strong momentum outside of this high, then I know that we're about to see a huge move. We're about to see a good move, a huge one. So I'll extend it to 123 instead of 100%, because it's all about momentum play. And where do I get these ideas of momentum? It's one, the fundamentals behind the move. If the sentiment is risk on and we have a risk play on the trade or on the pair, then I will just let it be, let it play out. But if we're in a risk on environment and now we have a risk of play, then I have to cut my trade. I don't want to diverge with what the market is actually doing. I want to be driven by what the market is showing. So again, let's conclude. Stops, they need to be ran off. Similar time play, distance almost similar, and there you have it. This is how I trade a Fibonacci indicator, a Fibonacci sequence. And if you have any question, I think I need to do a part 2 of us showing the example behind this. So this will be part 1. This is how I use the Fibonacci. What is important in us concluding is that we need a 2-step move. Get an impulse, it needs to 1, 2. It needs to give you a 2-step move as it retraces. Just because the market offers, or it offered an impulse move or a strong up move, it doesn't mean that price will retrace sharply and also go up. What happens is that it needs to retrace in 2 steps. Why it is happening that? We need traders to be trapped. We need flashes to happen for a move to happen again. So yeah, thank you.